Okay, this is the Shaolin System's first seated meditation. Remember, this is from the Shaolin Temple, so these are cross-legged meditations. The Daoist meditations do not cross the legs. Okay, this is a Buddhist meditation. This one here will teach you to move the chi in your body. Now, normally this one would take 15 minutes. I'm going to condense it into about 5 or 6 just to give you the idea, okay? Now, in the breath control sequence, you should already know from other tapes. On this one, take 3 breaths to start. And you take a deep breath, you let 80% out. Take a full breath from that point and let it all out. Then take a breath, let 30% out. Take a full breath from that point, let it all out. You breathe normal with the tongue on the roof of your mouth, your eyes closed for 5 minutes. Learn this form with your eyes open first, memorize the breath combination, later do with your eyes closed. Okay, and so it's 5 minutes of breath control sequence, which will narrow down to about 1 minute. And then I'll go right into the moves. Now, the moves should take 5 minutes to do. I'm going to do them a little slower for the sake of time. And then finally, the last position you hold for another 5 minutes, which I'm only going to hold for about a minute. Okay? Hold this last position for 5 minutes before opening your eyes and letting your hands down. Okay? And just simple martial art techniques in this too. Incoming push, derail, push out. Right punch coming in, break, trap. Side palm, protecting the armpit. Upward palm, downward stamping method of the palm. Okay? And then the reverse on this side. This is the double extended inversions. Okay, and then from here, prayer hand. This is coming over the top of a grab so you can spear into the throat. Okay, from here, push out, and then the hands flip out to get the eyes. And then you do this up and down 4 times. All right, this is just like a push comes in, you derail it, and you push it down, just like in your moving meds. Okay, up and down 4 times. This move here, grab coming in or push or strike, smothering it, see, like this, and then pushing out to the side. Okay, so remember 5 minutes for the breath control, 5 minutes to do these moves, and 5 minutes to hold this last posture. And that's number 1. Use Dit Dao Jiao before and after on your hands. Okay, now we're going to do the second Shaolin Dim Mak seated meditation. And the breath control for this one is 3 breaths to start. Take a deep breath, let 50% out. Take a breath from that point, let it all out. Take a breath, let 40% out. Take a full breath from that point, let it all out. Take a breath, let 20% out. Take a full breath from that point and let it all out. Breathe normal with the tongue on the roof of your mouth for saliva. Okay, eyes closed, tongue on the roof of the mouth. After you learn it with your eyes open. Learn it with your eyes open first so you can memorize the moves and the breath combination, and then learn to do it with your eyes closed. Okay, and remember, you do the breath combination for 5 minutes. You do the hand movements, stretch them out for 5 minutes, and then you hold the last posture again for 5 minutes. So this takes a total 15 minutes. I'm just speeding it up for you, okay, for the sake of time. Okay, so I'm going to go into meditation, trigger the chi, activate the chi, go into the moves, then hold the last position for about a minute, and then I'll explain what some of the martial art meanings behind the moves were, and we'll be done. Hold this last posture for 5 minutes before you open your eyes, and let your hands down. Take 3 full breaths to come out. And that's number 2. Remember, the Shaolin meditations are to teach you to feel the qi in your body. No more intellectualizing about qi, to feel the qi. Feel the qi with authentic dim mak forms. Not Tai Chi forms, Kempo form, dim mak forms. Designed specifically by the 5 elders to feel the qi so that you can move it at will for offensive or defensive purposes. Incorporate this into your Kempo and Tai Chi or any art. Okay, now let me show you the self-defense applications for this meditation. Most Qigong does not show the application. This is martial Qigong, not Buddhist, not Daoist, not medical. We have martial meaning behind each move. It's important to know. All right, so this first move, opening the hands. Okay, when you come up, you can hit with the ridge hand. See, a lot of times you come up on a point with the ridge hand. You come up like this, or a push is coming in and you derail it. So you derail the push out like this. And when you see the hands flip like this, a lot of times attacks are coming from the angles. So while this might take care of the first guy, all of a sudden when the angulars come, this takes care of the angles. Okay? All right, now when you go down like this, you're smothering. Okay? Palming out to the side. Notice the palm position. Now hitting those 2 points, 16 and 17, right here. Okay? And then a 2-hand push. Back out. Now to the angle. Parry. To this angle. Outward twisting lei. To this angle. Up. And notice the palm now is hitting this way. A lot of times you attack these points here with that move. See? This move. See, in the whole idea of knowing how to release your ging. See? You have to know how to coil it. So this way. Okay, and then notice how it turns, and then stamping method. See, down like this. You have to point this way sometimes. So you're coming down like this, and then here again, we're repeating this, and up again like here, see? Then down, using the forearm. You'll see a lot of forearm smothers, okay? And then you'll see this move here. Left hand on the outside. That's your what? Monk. That's your golden scissors, okay? So if a punch is coming in, like say a left punch, this hand will take it to the outside, either for a trap and to come in behind him, or even if it's a right punch, this one will be a left punch, this one will be on the outside for golden scissor. But it's versatile, okay? So out, you saw this, and then you saw this. Okay, a lot of times you trap a hand to set up for your grappling, see, or your chin na. Okay, so that's what that is. Smothering and setting up for a trap. All right, and from here, a push out and back to here. And remember I said if somebody grabs you, when you're coming back, somebody grabs you, if you come over the top of the grab with a prayer hand, pull down, bring them down, and then spear up into those points that we talked about in the neck. Okay, and hold that last position for 5 minutes. All right, this is the fighting form for the Shaolin system. Remember, these are short forms. They're stationary in placement. These have a little more footwork than the White Tiger ones that you can see next year. But basically, Dim Mak, as it gets more advanced, is more stationary in placement than even Wing Chun. Okay, so it's very important to realize that this has to do with angles. When you're an old man, you're 100 years old, you don't attack, I don't defend. My stance is not high, it's not low. Okay, so on this one here, there's a salutation, and it's a tiger salutation because it belongs to the White Tiger system. Okay, the first move is a step to the north with a double pointed finger. Okay, you get those points up by the neck or on the chest. Then you look behind you. You're getting an attack from behind. So notice my right foot turn 45 degrees, my left cover over. And as you turn, hit the point on their chest with your elbow. When they throw a left punch, just hook, and I'm going to turn now so you can see. I'm going to give you this angle and then turn. Grab and pull into the phoenix. All right, let me give you that angle again. Give you from another angle, okay? Okay. All right. So the first move, step under like a two-hand grab, step under it and poke. Turn and you see an attack coming. You feel it. So turn your heel 45 degrees, your right, cover over with your left, and attack with your elbow. Okay? Then, if it's a right punch, left punch, it really doesn't matter. But let's say it's a right punch. After you elbow it, grab it and pull it and hit these points on the side by the nipple. Okay? Now, look behind you. Here you sense another attack. Look at the block with the left hand. And look at my counter in a forward bow. Now, right after I counter, whatever they throw, whatever punch, I smother it, go into neutral bow, and attack it. All right, now they come in with a right uppercut. I go into a cat stance, block their right uppercut, and hit that number 4. See, they hit the temple. Then continue the motion. If they throw another punch, doesn't matter what, like say a low left, okay, and then uppercut into the points along the center line. Okay, and then one more time, continue the motion. Now look at my foot change. See, my foot is changing because now I'm coming forward. You can hit one of the points with a knee. Okay, you can kick out, hit it with your toe. Now you can turn, kick with the side of the foot, and then step back, get out of the way, open the gap again, and block. Now an attack comes, open the gap, get out of the way, down windmill it, and step forward with a strong tiger palm to the center of the chest. Immediately block that, the next incoming attack, and hit with a phoenix. Now, peripheral vision, you sense an attack coming from the back again, cover over, and hit it with the elbow. Hit a point with the elbow, attack the appendage. Now, peripheral vision again, from here I can see another attack coming, this time from the east, my east. I'm going to cover with my left foot all the way, using this down windmill and palming. And then whatever comes in, block it right from here, shift into neutral, because it's a lead hand technique, and you're right here. Peripheral vision again, another attack coming from the west. Okay, cover over, block. Well, actually, this would be my east, that's the way I'm doing it here. Block, and punch with an uppercut phoenix. Okay, now watch, on the finishing move, I'm going to step back to the north, backhand anything coming in with my left, and block anything coming low with my right. Okay, and then right from there, you just go right into your salutation. Now I'll do it again, all the way through. Okay? And we'll give you a side view angle this time.
Okay, action, Jim.
All right, this is the second fighting form from the Shaolin system. Starts with the same salutation. Belongs to the White Tiger system, so it's a White Tiger salute. Palm to the side. Step forward to the northwest. Palm with an outward twisting lay to the northwest line. And then down block and palm over here. Down windmill and palm in front. Step to the side. Cover over with the right foot. Elbow. Attack the appendage. Grab it and pull it into a finger poke with a forward bow. Then block and strike again. Then they grab your hand with their left, scrape it off, okay, and hit both points with the phoenix. Go straight in on those center points. Then cock your hands, elbow back, hit somebody behind you. Could be there, all kind of different positions. The elbow stood behind you. Cover over, down windmill with that hand, intercept with this right rolling elbow into an uppercut phoenix that turns into a down windmill that turns into a forward bow. Okay, and then another down windmill. And that was a tempo shot, by the way, and finish with one of these. Now, when a kick comes in, watch what you do. Cat and palm, stamping method. Down on the shin points, across like this, and counter with your own tiger tail kick. Cover over, elbow again on the point, down windmill, and this is a low point, like 16 or 17, one of those low points. From there, same ending as number one, but finish up with your golden scissors. See? Finish up with your golden scissors and go right into your salutation. Okay, that's number two. And remember, you would do these for 5 minutes. Do them slow. You can always do them fast later. If you're going to do them fast, do them for 5 minutes fast and just repeat one right after the other. But start slow, and then you'll develop and make sure you see what you're doing. Okay, so a little faster. See, you can just do, you can put a little more power into it. See? All right. So whatever speed you like, but know what you're doing. And think about the points that are on the points times and effects chart. Okay, now that we've shown you the 2 Shaolin seated meditations to move the chi in the body and the 2 Shaolin fighting forms, now I'm going to show you on the same tape the 2 Immortal's Blood, Heaven's Chi, Dim Mak system moving meditations. Now these are not for moving the chi in the body. These are to develop the power. The Daoist system is more internal emphasis, therefore it lacks the power to hit the points. So these meditations are designed as a type of iron palm. Actually, they're a type of iron palm conditioning. This will teach you to project the chi into the points, to disrupt the points. Okay? Now, on this one here, you stand like this, tongue on the roof of the mouth. You take 3 breaths to start. Then you take a breath and let 80% out. Take a full breath from that point and let it all out. Take a breath, let 30% out. Take a full breath from that point and let it all out. Breathe normal for 5 minutes with the tongue on the roof of the mouth and your eyes closed in this position. I will not do it for a full 5 minutes. I will just trigger the chi, and then I will go into the movements and I will explain each move, and then after that I will do it once so you can get the flow of it. Okay? Make sure you take 3 full breaths after the 5 minutes before you lower your hands and open your eyes. Learn it with your eyes open, then do it with your eyes closed. You look, turn the heel, backhand, trap, forward bow, palm up on the points. Then look, anticipate the next attack, and turn. This is a splitting the bridge, preparing to splitting the bridge on a kick, and it turns into a double block. That's how you get those outside points. Okay, then when the push comes, come up, separate it, and return it with a forward bow. When the push comes, use the bat's fist. Around, separated, and forward bow. Peripheral vision, you sense the attack coming from the other side. Cover over, forward bow, down block, and palm up strike. And then back to the front. Okay, then look to this side here, go into a cat. Here's your outward twisting lay. That turns into another one of these. Okay, now when the appendage comes in, step back, palm it. Step back again, and palm. Okay, then anticipate, cover over, down windmill with the left, palm up with the right, and then peripheral vision again. Then an attack coming from the front. Down windmill it and get to the point with your phoenix. The next appendage coming in. Golden scissors. Out. Okay. And you're going to hold this position right here for a few minutes. Okay, now remember 5 minutes from the breath control. Now we'll just go over the self-defense moves, okay? And like a 2-hand push, deflect it, and then an attack coming in, smother it, and push it down. Now an attack coming from the side, backhand it, and block low, and then turn that backhand into a trap. Pull them down as you palm up on the appendage, striking the points on the arm. Okay, then look behind you. See how I'm sensing the perimeter? Look at my footwork. Turning, and this is like the splitting the bridge technique. I'm ready to take a kick out, see, from this position and go right in for a move. But I'm right here. I don't have to do that. I'm just ready for that. Now I see a punch and a knee or punch and a kick coming in, blocking a punch and a kick. A double push. A double push again, different technique on it. Okay, and then peripheral vision again, looking over, look at my rear foot, cover over. The down windmill with the left hand clears the way for a palm up on one of the appendage points. And then a double check for a low kick or front kick coming from the front or knee. Okay, and then now I'm taking out an attack over here like this. Okay, so here, taking it out with the outward twisting lay is taking it out of the way, and then I'm returning to block their other strike and kick. Okay, and then from there I'm stepping back to block a kick coming in on the shin, like break the shin. Okay, and then when a low punch comes in on the wrist point, okay, here. All right, now covering over again, and the down windmill, the palm up. Now this time I just cover and go right into that other move. Same move I talked about. Now something coming from the front, look how I take it out. Left foot forward, the down windmill and the punch, the phoenix strike on any of those points in the front. Return the foot, golden scissors, and into your salutation to finish the form. Very simple. Dim-mak forms are very concise, not a lot of moving around. Okay, so now I'm going to do it one more time, this time without talking. So remember, 5 minutes from here, and you can take 5 minutes to do that form. That's the best if you want to develop the chi. Okay, but you can blitz on the move. Sometimes you can do it 4, 5, 8 times within 5 minutes also. So it all depends what mood you're in. Okay, but practice it primarily slowly. Okay, put Dit Da Jiao on your hands before and after this form for greater ambience. For greater ambience later, after you learn it with your eyes closed, do it blindfolded. Then do it on uneven surfaces in different terrain and different weather, and you'll focus on the take your dim-mak points, times, and effects tapes, learn those, and focus on how you'll get there with different body types. Okay, this is the second standing moving meditation for the Immortal's Blood Heaven's Chi Dim Mak. Again, the purpose of these meditations is to develop the inner force to penetrate the dim mak points, being an internal system, okay? So on this one here, you're going to meditate in a standing position. Remember, the Daoists don't have the cross-legged meditation. These are standing meds. All right, so 3 breaths to start. You take a breath, let 80% out. Take a full breath from that point and let it all out. Take a breath, let 30% out. Take a full breath from that point and let it all out. Breathe normal for 5 minutes with the tongue on the roof of the mouth. Your eyes closed. Memorize the breath combination first. Learn the moves with your eyes open. Later, learn to do them with your eyes closed. Apply Dit Dao Jiao to the hands before and after you do these forms for better results. Although it's not necessary, but it will give better results. Okay, so I'm just going to, like I said, I'm going to trigger the Qi combination in a minute or so. I'm not going to do the 5 minutes. You do the 5 minutes when you practice. You take 5 minutes to do the form when you practice. Or if you're going to do it a little faster mode when you're in the mood, then at least repeat it so that you repeat it 5 to 8 times to eat up 5 minutes, minimum. Okay? And I'm going to do the form. I'm just going to do it. And at one time, I'm going to explain the stances and the footwork and directional patterns. And then the second time I do it, I'm going to show you the applications, explain them to you. And then the third time, I'm just going to do it without talking. Okay? Now an attack is coming from the east, so I palm up the appendage attacking me from the side, and then my outward twisting lei with the other hand meets it to redirect it to the side. That's one way I can move in on the points, see? Now watch how I move in the points, very unorthodox. I make a barrel with my hand, and I'm actually hitting with the back of my hand, the back of my forearm, and my elbow. See, as I return, I'm covering my whole body. And then I step in, notice the footwork, forward bow, and I block. This could be a punch and a kick, low kick, doesn't matter which hand or which kick. It's a nice part about the versatility. I look, okay, I turn the foot, I down windmill, down windmill over the top, and palm up. Now right from here, I go into a rearward bow. Now I'm checking a kick with the back of my hand, okay, and leaning out of the way. That's what the rearward bow for. It could also be an attack, an upper body like appendage attack. I'm leaning out of the way, okay, and then I look to this side, and I cover over again, and I'm doing again combination elbow attack, but I'm ready to split the bridge at any time if it's a kick and move in, all right? And from there, palm down on a low kick. Spread the hands apart for a push and counter back. Okay? And I'm going to step forward with the left foot. Okay? And I'm going to attack with the rear elbow on the points. See? And notice what I do with my hand. My hand covers in on the fist. I'm attacking those points like that. Okay? Now watch how I return. Open the gap. The right hand becomes a down windmill. The left hand covers the center line. Okay? And then from there, out, and back into this position here for 5 minutes. Okay, and then 3 breaths to come out. Now I'll do it again so you can get the flow of the continuity of it again. Okay, remember after 5 minutes in the breath control sequence. So after 5 minutes of the breath control. Five minutes at this position here. Okay, now I'm going to share finally on this tape to close this tape up. First of all, there are 2 fighting forms for the Immortal's Blood Heaven's Chi system. I'm going to give you 1 on this tape, and then I'm going to do 1 on another Panther tape. We didn't want to combine both systems on 1 tape, but I think if you get 7 out of the 8 forms of the Shaolin Immortal's Blood Heaven's Chi Dim Mak, why, that's pretty good for 1 tape with some breakdowns and all the other stuff that you have going on the series. All right, so this one here, remember the fighting forms don't have breath control sequences, okay? And the fighting forms should be done slowly and meticulously and at different mood levels. Most of the time do it slow so you can feel the chi and develop yourself. Later on, you can speed up some of the moves and blitz out and they'll be blitzing fast. But you need time, you have to do it slow so you can think of the points. Remember, this is Dim Mak. You have to think of the points, where you're hitting. It's not just random, okay? All right, here's how we go on this one. This is White Tiger system. It belongs to the White Tiger system. So you have the salutation. And then out into your horse. Double back fist out into your horse. Okay, now look to your east, and here comes an attack. I don't care what it is. Right punch, left punch, doesn't matter. Even be a kick for all that goes. But anyway, you down windmill it, and you use your 2 finger to get to that neck point. Okay, get to the neck point. Remember, soft Soft area is the hard spot. Hard spot, the soft area. The fingertips are hard area, so go for the neck. Okay, now someone's coming into attack here. So block it with your palm in a cat and counter with a phoenix, a low like uppercut attack. Okay, now if another punch comes in, just loop around it. Small circle, small downwind, loop around it, right or left, doesn't matter. And come right in and step forward in your stance and hit with a phoenix on one of those center line points. Now you look this way again and you're getting attacked again. All right, so step forward with your right foot, down windmill with your rear left hand, and palm up phoenix to one of those throat spots. When they grab your wrist with their left hand, forward bow for power, scrape it off. Okay, then come in with your forward elbow, attacking the appendage. You do a rolling elbow off it, or go right, or a point, or an appendage. Roll right off of it, and strike with your phoenix. Double phoenix. Look, one this way and one this way. One horizontal, one vertical. On those points. Okay, number 2 and 1. Okay, 1 and 2. Now look behind you. Turn the left foot. 45. Cover over with the right. Down windmill with the left. Down windmill with the right. And on this one here, shoot a palm down. Horizontal phoenix. Different position. Okay. Now from there, forward bow. Intercept the incoming appendage with your forearm, and then counter again. Then the hand that punches becomes the down windmill. From your neutral bow, add your forward bow for power. Repeat again. Same hand that hits, blocks from the forward position for power. Now you have a lead hand technique, so you go back to your neutral bow. Now reinforce that roundhouse kick coming towards your left side with this move here, and then step down and counter with a low phoenix to one of those 16, 17 points. Okay? Then, as they crowd you, turn into a side cat and hit one of those points. All right, now, here's a way to get to the back of the body. As they come in, notice the left hand hooks down, the right hand hooks over, so you're blocking whatever's coming in to the side and around. Now, that'll get their back to you so you can jump right in getting those back points. Okay, from here, cover over. Okay, cover over, and just do the same thing. The lead hand is down, and whatever comes in, could be kick, could be punch, anything in that area, you just sweep it around so viciously that it spins their body, and you just go in for those back points. Or if it doesn't spin them around enough, just down windmill and hit with the palm on one of those points. All right? Now, when they go to counter, get out of the way. Okay, get out of the way. Also set up for a spinning rear kick, by the way. You get out of the way, but return it with a strong move that'll take out their punch and kick. Okay? Now, cock the hands to the right side and step forward and hit points on that center with double palms. Okay, then just step back and you're out of the form. Okay, now I'll do it one time without talking. Okay, and remember you can do it in different modes. Okay, you can do it with hardly any force at all just to feel the chi. and study the points. Okay? Real slow. Or you can do it real fast with a lot of dynamic tension. And you can blitz on any point. But the idea is to go slow most of the time so you can understand what you're doing. Remember, it's in close in a small area, and you have to think about what you're doing before it becomes subconscious. Nothing becomes perfect without repetition. I hope you've enjoyed this tape. We've covered the entire little system of Shaolin, Dimak, okay, the two meditations to move the chi and the two fighting forms. And we've covered the two standing moving meditations for the Daoist Immortal's Blood Heaven's Chi system, which will give you the force, internal force, develop the internal force to penetrate and disturb the points. And I've given you one of the Daoist Immortal's Blood Heavenly Chi fighting forms. There's one more, and we'll complete that on a future Panther tape.